Everyone who does not comply with their prejudicial conclusions and follow their orders is a racist.
Wow. Bruh, you are firing them up, Brandon. My gracious, man. It's sad. That's abuse, right? That's training them to be subpar and to be lesser. That's not training them to be better and stronger and faster and believe in themselves that they can go as high as they can possibly go.
That said that if that Hunter Biden laptop story
had any arguments against that right now, and I want to see how it goes. Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I'm Van. We are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click that like button as well. Share it with everyone on all of your other platforms. That would be absolutely amazing. The reason why I asked that is because we don't know how far this would be naturally pushed by YouTube. So your help is extremely important. And if you can watch this entirely the way through, all the way through, that would be amazing. I have a video right now from Walkaway Social. And the reason why I have this video is because I saw that my son checked out one video from Walkaway Social and I didn't watch it yet. Sorry, Jojo, I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching yours. But I was already in the process of signing up to this website, but I just didn't finish it last week. So I did it today and I was looking through the testimonials and I came across the exact one that I believe was on my son's thumbnail from a gentleman by the name of Brandon Straka. And he is talking about the reason why he walked away from being a Democrat. We're going to check this out. And the only reason why we're checking this out because I already heard that this was powerful, but we're about to see for ourselves. Let me go ahead and put this up here. And y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. And thanks again for all of your support. Let me go don my tools and let's get into it. People keep asking me, Van, when are you going to do your walkaway video?
No, God, please, no, no.
Listen, everybody got their own timing for things, right?
Once upon a time, I was a liberal. Well, to be honest, less than a year ago, I was still a liberal. I became a liberal because I felt I'd found a tribe whose values aligned with my own. I staunchly reject racism of any kind. I reject the marginalization of any human being based off of their gender or sexual orientation. I reject tyrannical groupthink. I reject a system which allows an ambitious, misinformed, and dogmatic mob to suppress free speech, create false narratives, and apathetically steamroll over the truth. I reject the acceptance of junk science and superstition to advance ideological agendas. I reject hate.
Now, him saying that and other Democrats and liberals hearing that probably think that they're listening to something that's an oxymoron because they believe that they represent truth. They believe they represent love, and they actually do not. They actually do not. They claim love everyone the way that they are and love this and love this and love that. What they're actually trying to do is force a new way of thinking on people that's completely opposite of love because God is love. Hopefully y'all catch on to that. It's completely opposite of love because God is love, and every single thing that they're trying to force on people that's completely against God, they're trying to call it and label it love, but it can't be love if it's not of God. Okay, y'all got it.
These are the reasons why I became a liberal. And these are the same reasons why I am now walking away. For years now, I have watched as the left has devolved into intolerant, inflexible, illogical, hateful, misguided, ill-informed, un-American, hypocritical, menacing, callous, ignorant, narrow-minded, and at times, blatantly fascistic behavior and rhetoric.
Bruh, you are firing them up, Brandon. My gracious, man. And shout out to the footage that you have in this joint. Wow. Okay, let's go.
Liberalism has been co-opted and absorbed by the very characteristics it claims to fight against. For years now, I've watched as people on the left have become anesthetized to their own prejudices and bigotry, and the prejudices and bigotry of those around them.
Straight black men are the white people of black people. That is true.
Oh my God!
Wow. Damon Young. Straight black men are the white people of black people. Ousted. You're separate. You're no longer accepted the way you once was. It's like you're the enemy now. You're the enemy. Wow. Okay.
them who echo their values. I have watched as formerly sensible people who claim to reject racism have come to embrace the principles of universally hating and blaming all of society's problems on all people who have white skin. I have witnessed the irony of advocacy for gender equality morph into blatant hate and intolerance of men and masculinity. I have seen the once earnest fight for equality for the LGBT community mutate into an illogical demonization of heteronormativity and the push to vilify and attack our conventional concepts of gender. These same self-proclaimed victims of intolerance now turning on the gay community that they attached themselves to advance their agenda, now calling gay people privileged and themselves victims of injustice. I have watched as the left has allowed themselves to become hypnotized by false narratives and conclusions perpetuated by social justice warriors who misrepresent and misconstrue facts, evidence, and events to confirm their own biases that everyone who does not comply with their prejudicial conclusions and follow their orders is a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, a white supremacist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, misogynistic, and alt-right extremist. And I have watched as they have used these heartless and carelessly assigned labels to intimidate, threaten, bully, silence, attack, unemploy, blacklist, and destroy anybody who dares to fight back. They'll come for me, and then they'll come for you.
That's no lie. And they're coming for Russell Brand at the moment. That's wild that he even says that, because it's unfortunate that they play extremely dirty. And I say they, I mean some of y'all too. Let's keep it a buck. Some of y'all play by the same rules as them. I mean, they fighting. It's politics is bigger than, it's absolutely huge. People want the power. People want the money that comes along with it. They want the prestige that comes along with it. They're trying to pad their resume so that they'll be able to win over and over and over again and continue to control whatever narratives they want to control. And then when you get too loud and you start digging too deep, pulling out too much information and exposing that information without any extra coloring, without any extra cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and peppers, you just put the truth out there. They start coming for you. Start shutting down your platforms that you're on. Start quieting your content that you put out. Start putting your personal business out there for everyone to pick apart and judge. And this is exactly what happened, man. Wow.
They'll come for me,
and they'll come for you.
And then they'll come for you. And worst of all, the Democratic Party and the liberal media has embraced, affirmed, aided, and abetted this cult ideology. In an effort to gain voters and maintain power, the Democratic Party that I once loved has joined forces with the extremist left. The Democratic Party and the liberal media now believe their own ill-gotten conclusions and have ominously decided that they, and only they, know the remedy for society's ills. The left has decided that the solution to problems with race relations in America is more racism. The left believes that attacking, insulting, and dehumanizing one group of people elevates another. The left now believes that there are no boundaries when telling lies, omitting the truth, or misrepresenting facts when telling the news, because their end justifies their means. The left has now decided that its point of view is the only acceptable one, and that suppressing, censoring, and banning open dialogue and debate is virtuous and progressive. The Democratic Party—
Now that sucks. Anytime we get to a point where we feel like we are the only smart ones in the room, that's when we're headed toward a catastrophe. Because at the end of the day, we all need one another, period. We all need one another. As a matter of fact, we all should want to use one another in the best ways possible, not in the negative ways, not in the negative sense. I know it's a better word I could pick out other than use, but just is what it is. We're all resources toward one another. God is the source, and all of us are resources. That's it. That's it. And everyone wants to be, King Dingling and control everything. We don't have to control anything. You can be effective without controlling anything. You can be effective by simply being a worker bee, by simply being someone who's doing your part. Just do your job. Do your part. We all know the right things to do. We're supposed, and it's been proven over the years, over the centuries of America becoming what it is right now, that there are certain things that actually work. And when those things are promoted, like marriage, the nuclear family, you come off sounding beautiful. When those things are promoted, like protecting your family, the Fourth Amendment, the Second Amendment, and free speech also. Those things are now being frowned upon because it's like, okay, if they can protect themselves, then what do they need us for? We can't get out there and control everything if they're also protecting themselves too. It can only be one. It don't have to only be one. Is that how we raise our children? We don't raise our children to grow up with the mindset of still being protected and still being taken care of by their parents once they reach a certain age. We raise them up so that they can go out and start their own families, start their own lives, set upon their own journeys and adventures. You know what I mean? We raised them up to be able to do that. But what we're seeing right now from the left specifically, and some of you on the right as well, and progressives and everyone, is like everyone's for self. Everyone's for self. Everyone's for their own team. Everyone's for their own side. So we need to do better, man. I'm talking about me too. Whenever I'm saying you doing something like that, I'm talking about myself too. We all need to do better.
Banning open dialogue and debate is virtuous and progressive. The Democratic Party has adopted a deleterious belief system happily and without skepticism, separating people into groups based off of identity and then organizing them into camps of victims and oppressors.
Hold on, this right here. All right, so the human privilege breakdown for those who need educating. For those who need educating, the most privileged to the least privileged. White, straight. Here we go with that word, cis male. What the hell is a cis male? And then the Asian straight cis male, then the Hispanic straight cis male, then the mixed native straight cis male, then the African American straight cis male, then the white gay cis male, then the Asian gay cis male, then Hispanic gay cis male, then mixed native gay cis male. Who came up with this? Talking about who came up with this?
And then organizing them into camps of victims and oppressors. If you are a person of color, an LGBT person, a woman, or an American immigrant, the Democratic Party wants you to know that you are a victim and destined to stay that way. They will insist that you are a victim doomed to exist within a system that is rigged against you.
Facts.
That you are a victim of systemic oppression. That you are a victim of your circumstances, and that no amount of hard work or motivational action will ever allow you to overcome your victimhood or the privilege of those around you. This is perhaps the Democratic Party's greatest and most insidious lie. But if you are a minority in America today, the left-wing politicians and the liberal media don't want you to ever discover this lie. So they bombard us with stories designed to reinforce the narrative that you are in danger, that you cannot succeed. They manipulate your fears and concerns by telling you that you are disadvantaged, disempowered, and disposable to everyone except them.
And if anyone says opposite of that, says you're not disposable, you're not a pawn, you're actually important, you have skills that can reach much further than your wildest dreams, you have talents and abilities and resources that you can use, you have access to the same monies that these people have access to, you can do business the same way that they can, you can live peacefully in your communities, you can have great relationships with police, all of those things. They try to make sure that you understand that none of that is true. And it's a fairy tale for anyone to even act like it's true. I just now saw a conversation between someone, a young lady, who I came to discover from a video that she did on Walkaway Social. A lot of people are talking about her. She is blowing up, her and her husband. They are dope. And I'm talking about Zakia and Darrell, locked in with Zaza and Choo Choo Beats. All right. I'm talking about them. And they had a back and forth with someone on Twitter where they was talking about just power, just being able to have, everyone has the same privileges. Everyone has the same. And they said that back in the day, they was taught that Black people cannot be racist because we don't have any power. And there was someone on Twitter with, you know, Black in their name and all that other stuff. And he was like, what power do Black people have? We don't have no power. White people got all the power. And I'm like, oh, that's sad. Whoever raised this young person, whoever talked to this young person in their living room while over coffee or tea in our schooling them, whatever older person has gotten to this young person's ear and reaffirmed that this information is true, is sad. That's training them to be subpar and to be lesser. That's not training them to be better and stronger and faster and believe in themselves, that they can go as high as they can possibly go. Everyone that they look up to, they believed in themselves. They believed in themselves. It's like Oprah, all right? Like Tyler Perry, like Magic Johnson, like every single celebrity we can name. Every single celebrity we can name. These people are making billions, are walking around with a freaking, their jackets cost more than your mortgage, like $3,000-$4,000. They got bling around their necks that cost like $500,000. They're getting their teeth done for $50,000. I mean, and that's probably on the lower end. They all got fake this and fake that. These people believed in themselves enough to reach into higher heights, or at least connect themselves to other people that can make their dreams come true. They don't look at themselves as victims, but they all still follow the same script of teaching other people who are in support of them that they are victims. That's crazy. I'm sure Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does not believe that he's a victim, but I'm sure he will probably echo the sentiments of the people who support him the most, who are on the left. Same thing with Oprah. They will tell everyone that you are a victim. As a matter of fact, I've heard Oprah tell people that you got the power to do whatever you set your mind to. I've heard her say that, but I've also seen her completely support other people, droves of people who consider themselves to be victims, all because it supports one side, and that's usually the left. That's unfortunate.
They will tell you that you need them. They will tell you that you are only safe under their supervision. They will promise to liberate you from all that chains you.
This sounds like a damn pimp, if you ask me. That's what pimps do. Pimps say, yo, you don't need anybody. You don't need your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunts, your uncles, nobody. You don't need the government, the police, nothing, all right? You just go out there and give me my money, bring it to me, and I will take care of you. You don't need any rights. What you need rights for, I got you. You don't need any protection. What you need protection for, I got you. The government sound like pimps. At least the side that's teaching these Democrats, I got you. I'll take care of you. Just make sure that you don't fight back. Make sure that you give everything to me, and I will manage it all. What's the difference between that and a young person who have dreams and goals of being an artist, being a singer or a creator, a musician, a producer, you know what I mean? Any of those things. And they sign like a 360 deal with a company that says, look, just bring your talents and we will take care of the rest. Just sign that right there. Just sign that right there. Yeah, just go ahead and sign that right there. Wow, man.
And then they will do absolutely nothing for you. Once upon a time, I was a liberal. But liberalism has changed, and I will no longer be a part of an ideology or political party that represents everything that contradicts my values of unity, equal opportunity, personal empowerment, compassion, and love. So I am walking away, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Walk away.
Walk away. Walk away. I encourage you to do the same.